Hello, Hawks fans. We apologize for the delay. This is Jeremy Bryant, Shannon Rodden bringing you Heath Hawks volleyball versus Prestonwood. We are just starting game 2, and Jeremy, the fun part of a brand new season.
Yeah, it is. We think we got it figured out now. We're good, and glad to have you with us here for the second match of the day. For the Heath Lady Hawks, they lost the first match in 2 sets to Allen, although the first set of that Allen match went to a 30-28 overtime. And so you're seeing Prestonwood now on the attack. Prestonwood won the first set 25-15. And you're having some fun with this. We're learning this as you're got some new camera angles this year.
Apologize to those Hawks fans. And before this game, I was setting it up, telling everybody to log in. Sorry, we're just now getting there, but it is a long season. That's why we are here on the brand new Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
And a point there by Prestonwood. And so actually Heath with that last point. Heath with the down by a score of 2-1 here.
Sorry, we are just getting our bearings going here.
Lady Hawks set it up. There's Phillips, nice little pass. Lemp gets it over. And that was actually McHenry. We're going to have a point going towards the way of Prestonwood. Again, so Prestonwood won the first set 25-15. Lady Lions from Plano, Prestonwood Christian Academy.
Huge campus. Used to teach right across the street from there, Plano West.
That was returned by Heath, but just out of bounds there by Gabby McHenry. McHenry played well in that first match of the day against Allen.
So just getting going here on the 2025 campaign. We talked about in the last broadcast, Coach Maggie Younger in her 21st season at Heath High School.
And the point goes towards Prestonwood in that spike on the line here towards the Heath bench.
Hawks showing a little bit of the effects of these back-to-back games. Prestonwood played a game earlier, had the break while Hawks played Allen. Now they have come out firing.
Pass a little short, and another point for the Lady Lions, and Maggie Younger calling for a timeout.
Yeah, Coach Younger wanted to talk to her groups. We talk about, Jeremy, this time of year, there's learning moments in everything. You had things going for you good in that first game against Allen. The Hawks came out firing earlier, had a couple of set points in that first game, let it get away from them from Allen. Then Allen going on to win the second game, as you had mentioned, handily. Now, Hawks right back out on the court, lost the first game here 25-15. And this one starting to get away from the Hawks quickly here, 6-1.
And so a timeout here, 6-1 our score. And the first set went 25-15 in favor of Prestonwood. And so we are, a reminder, the Battle of the Rock, there are matches all day long. I know Rockwall High School's got some games after this one.
Appreciate the new Rockwall ISD Athletic Director, Coach Greg Priest, who was helping us get started, and Lisa Trammell was over here early, and Chris Curtis getting us online. We've done a lot of broadcasts over the years. We always have. It is tough anytime you're doing a remote broadcast. But new equipment, we are off and running.
Point for Lady Lions, 4 hits that time by the Lady Hawks.
Score now going 7-1 for the Lady Lions. They are starting to open it up here a little bit. Hawks going to need to dig deep quickly. Stay in this one.
Big block by Prestonwood, returned by Heath. And the right-handed swing and a point by Gabby McHenry.
Good job by the Hawks there on defense, keeping that one alive. And then, as you had mentioned, Gabby McHenry with a big spike. That is going to bring on Abby Limp now. It's right here.
Okay. Kennedy Green, a little long on that spike. Nine to 2 our score as Prestonwood now with the lead. Big swing there by Heath. That one's dug out by Kelly right at the net. Looked like Prestonwood was in the net, but no call. That will go towards the Lady Lions.
Chloe Navarro with the big spike for the Hawks, but Prestonwood defense every bit as impressive as that Allen team earlier.
Yeah, for sure. There you go. Dug out by Heath, sets up McHenry. Prestonwood answers, and that one is going to be out of bounds off the deflection right there by McHenry. Makes it 11-2 now Prestonwood. So Lady Lions, just like the first set of the day, out to a big lead early on, and Heath got down early in the first set, kind of the same scenario here in the second one. Long way to go. From the back row, they get a return. Now here's Kelly. That was a smash from the back row, but returned by Prestonwood. That's blocked. Once again, another volley here, and that's in the net. That's going to be out of bounds, and that'll be Heath point. Lady Hawks get their third point here in the second set.
This front line of Prestonwood, very impressive. As the Hawks not having much luck here in set number 2.
That is a big spike right there by the middle blocker for Prestonwood. Makes it a 12-3 ball game here in set number 2. Yeah, later we got coming up at 12:45. Rockwall will play Arlington Wiley. That one's out. Service air. Point goes to Heath.
Now, interesting, Rockwall, we're in the Rockwall gym.
Right.
And Rockwall High School is going to play all of their varsity volleyball games over at the 9th grade center, taking advantage of these beautiful new 9th grade campuses that are in their second year. And so I have not been in either one of those gyms, but I want to understand state of the art. Appreciate Dr. J.J. Villarreal and all of the administration getting new campuses built everywhere, more people coming into town. Great place. Live and raise our families.
So Prestonwood, they have had the advantage once again here at set 2. Good set for Green. A jump dig. That one goes around the back line. Punched across there by Kinley Martin. And another spike in that middle blocker for Prestonwood to make it 14-4. So, yeah, you mentioned Arlington, Wiley, and Rockwall. That's going to be later at 12:45 approximately. That's, of course, if these tournaments stay on time, which is kind of rare. Heath will play a third match today at 2 o'clock against Wiley. That'll be right here at Rockwall High School. That one hit the basket, the backboard. It's still a live ball after it hit the roof. Got a replay of that one, maybe. There's a set right at the net, and that's going to land right on the line in front of a Tart, and another point for Prestonwood.
Yeah, they need the basketball rules in that, kind of when it touches the top of the backboard. That needs to be the end of that one. But no, Coach Younger, you can see her over there in the huddle, coaching hard. This is early in the season. Of course, she loves being able, she talks about it all the time, being able to set up these tough games early, toughest opponents. It's all about getting ready for that district season. So far today, Jeremy, this is seen a lot out of these young Hawks.
You know, you gave me an idea when we're talking about off the rafters, off the backboard, off the rim. You remember the old McDonald's commercial with Michael Jordan, Larry Bird?
I do.
Off the window.
Magic Johnson.
Oh, it was Magic Johnson.
That's right.
It was?
Yeah.
Off the scoreboard.
Playing horse. Yeah. I do remember those.
For those old enough to remember those commercials. That was what, early
Michael
90s?
Michael Jordan had the Spike Lee commercials.
Yes.
Were his big, amongst everything else. Man, isn't it amazing? You see people, I still wear Jordans today. How many brands do you know 40 years later more popular or as popular now as they were back then?
And it's generational
icon.
Because, I mean, even the youth, these kids out here, they want the Jordan brand. It's not just old guys like us.
They do.
All right, well, it's been Prestonwood who won the first set 25-15, and Maggie Younger trying to see if she can regroup the troops. Quick set there by Kinley Martin. Martin with a diving effort. Back row, a save and a dig there by Navarro. That's going to be out off of Heath. That'll be Prestonwood after 4 hits there.
Not much going the Hawks' way here, down 16-4. So they're going to keep grinding. Got a new substitution in. I do not have number 20 on our roster.
That, I think, is the freshman Brooke Woodard. That's the only one I didn't have. So I think she's the second freshman on the varsity roster. Brooke Woodard has just come in. See her right there on your screen, right there at the net.
Yeah, we'll be back at, like as you had mentioned, is it at 3 o'clock this afternoon? That game, or I believe we're right back here, right?
Yeah.
And have someone else joining you for that broadcast?
Let's see.
Just you today.
It'll be 2 o'clock. It's going to be Chris. Oh, this guy over here, Chris, is doing that one.
Okay.
3:15. Not sure who that is. It's going to be. Chris again at Flower Mound and Rockwall High School for the last match of the day. They start them early at 9 a.m. this morning.
Prestonwood starting to pour it on here. Talked about Maggie Younger along with Coach Brad Waters, Greg Harvey, Brad Waters with the Hawks men's basketball, and Coach Greg Harvey with the baseball. Have been here since the school started.
There's Kelly with a kill. Joelle Kelly trying to get a feel for this program. Our first week as a member of the Heath volleyball program. Played 3 years of high school up in Idaho.
Well, we talk about it too. We talk about it every year. We're talking a lot in basketball, baseball, and volleyball. All of these kids playing club sports. And there's always the debate of what the pressure of playing for your high school is almost every one of these kids, or most all of these kids, have played at a very high level. They play in national tournaments. But the thing is, on those teams, the rosters are set, and there's usually deals cut, before in preseason to be on those rosters. So there's not a lot of pressure, and only the parents are seeing it. Once you get into the school, you have to walk the halls every day, and you got deeper rosters, and there's just that little more pressure when you put the H on it or you put the yellow jacket on the jersey. There is an adjustment, especially for the younger players.
Well, speaking of leaders, Kenley Martin got an ace a moment ago. Then their second serve there was out. 18-7. You can see it there in your bottom left-hand corner. Prestonwood on top. Another point there for the Lady Lions.
It's like I say, they play with the other players on those club teams. Here, it's all about the pride of your school. And growing up, a lot of these ladies grew up watching Hawk volleyball and look forward to their day. And this is the 2025 version of the Hawks. Jeremy, I like what we see so far.
Certainly so. You can see a lot of talent. Again, I think the theory is, of course, you breed some of the best teams in the state here. Test you early in the season. Refine that fire. As that one's out. And it'll be a point for the Lady Hawks, down 19-8. And at this point, like you said, I don't think the score matters as much as just trying to see some improvement play after play.
Yeah, you want to see the fight. Of course, you look across that front line, nobody down. This is just an impressive Prestonwood team. Believe they're going to say right there, Abigail Limp touched the net. She's surprised.
Yeah, went over the net. She is shocked at it. Maggie Younger is...
Abigail thought that the ball hit.
Right.
Of course, she wouldn't be that surprised, but nevertheless, another point for Prestonwood, and the Lady Lions now just 5 points away from closing this one out.
By the way, Prestonwood, we haven't had a chance to mention this yet. I looked this up. They were the 3-time defending state champions in taps in high school volleyball. I mean, they're basically a dynasty.
I cannot see many TAPS teams being able to beat this one.
Yeah.
I did not know that stat, but generally there's a little more open recruiting going, and a very beautiful campus.
Right.
Football team's always good. Nice area right there, right around the Carrollton, Plano, Dallas area. And,
I want to say I think they had the Texas Gatorade Player of the Year last year. With the USC.
Success recruits success.
That time that set was a little bit off, and another point for Prestonwood. And they're 3 points away from putting this match away. Ball set across the floor, big spike, and there's a point. Nice shot in the back row by Gabby McHenry for the Lady Hawks.
Henry, the junior, you mentioned earlier, Florida international commit.
She's been fun to watch, along with the lady servant, Abby Lemp, who's had some big kills this morning. Lamp will try to set up her teammates now over for McHenry. Collision there by Prestonwood, but they keep the ball alive. Well, that's a tough set. Green just a little bit off. Actually did touch a Lady Lions, so it does count as a point. I didn't see that initially, but it was at the net. It caught deflected by Prestonwood. Point for Heath.
Chloe Navarro with the set, and Kennedy Green with the quick put down. And that's exactly what you want to see. Like I say, at this point in the game, not a lot of chance to come back here, but the Lady Hawks, you keep digging, still trying to solidify yourself in that starting lineup for the season.
That was impressive slam by Gabby McHenry in the back line. And she's got a couple big kills the last few points for Heath. Draws them within 11, 22-11 our score. Lemp once again with the serve. Set up the middle blocker, and that one just punched right down the middle of the throat of that Heath defense. And no one at the net to block that one. Several teams watching as spectators to see Wiley's up there in the stands getting ready for their next match. So they'll play Rockwall later.
Yeah, we're going to try to get a couple more broadcasts in before 2 weeks from tomorrow, going live at Highland Park. You got any plans that night?
See, actually, I'm doing the Rockwall High game at Richardson-Berkner, right?
Okay. Is that a Friday night game as well?
Yeah.
All right. So Billy Quinton out of town on that one.
He's got some plans and can't make it. So
okay.
Prestonwood just finished the match right there with that spike, and they win the second set 25-11.
So sorry for the delay in getting this one started, but it is preseason for us as well. We have been excited to bring this one to you on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Jeremy Bryant, certainly good to have you on board. Look forward to plenty more. Got any last thoughts on these first two games?
Yeah, a lot of fun for the first time we got to do this. And, just like the teams, they're working their quirks out. We're working our quirks out, and we're going to have a great broadcast. Got more later today here on the network, but getting ready for football. And remember, like I said, we're going to have, I think, to my knowledge, every home district game will be streamed here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. It
will on YouTube, all games free. And so we appreciate Chris Curtis, Lisa Trammell helping us get set up. Coach Greg Priest, the new athletic director at Rockwall ISD, helping us get it going. So we're going to sign off for now. Chris Curtis will be back 2 o'clock for the next Hawks volleyball game. For Jeremy Bryant, I'm Shannon Rodden signing off from Rockwall High School. See you next time on the Rockwall ISD